Hi, so this is going to be a getting ready with me video. This, besides favorites, is like one of my favorite videos to watch on YouTube. I'm just nosy. I'm just a normal person who likes doing her own makeup. I'm not a makeup artist or anything. And I kind of like poking into how other people do their everyday makeup. Today I'm just going to the grocery store, so it's not going to be anything fancy. It's going to be like my natural, everyday kind of makeup. This is my naked face. Thank you for not having left the video yet. And it has gotten quite warm out where I live. I live in Philadelphia, and I don't know what's up with Philadelphia this week, but it's been in the high 80s and the 90s the last week. And it's really gross out, so I've pulled out all the stops. I have really oily skin, and when it gets this gross out and I have to go walk to get groceries and then walk back with my groceries, it's not pretty. So I will be doing lots of things to keep my face from getting really gross. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is use a sample size that I got of the Mercier oil-free primer. And this just helps because I have oily skin, and it just helps keep my makeup on longer. And I just kind of like smooth it mostly in my T-zone, because while all of my skin gets oily, my T-zone is definitely the worst. It's kind of like my T-zone and then the tops of my cheeks get really oily. I guess like down here, that doesn't really get oily, but the rest of my face gets oily. It's like everything but down there, which I know is actually everything, so never mind. So the primer is really nice and keeps my makeup on longer, helps it adhere to my face. It will help combat my oiliness. Another thing that will is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus Foundation. I'm in the shade 30. This is a really great foundation for oily skin. It has good coverage. It has better coverage if you use a brush. But I just put it all on my fingers. Because it's just easy. And I don't need a full coverage face when I'm going to get the groceries. Just don't need it. And I just kind of do my face section by section. I don't really like dot my whole face and then blend it in, because then you could have too much on. So I just kind of put a little on my face and then blend it in with my fingers. And I start with putting things down my T-zone, because that's where I need the most coverage. Then I'll put a little bit on my cheeks as well. And then wherever I need a little more coverage, I'll go back with the second layer of the foundation. Now it just like evens out my skin tone. So now I'm going to use concealer. I'm using the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NW20. It's like the little pot one. And I use my fingers again. I always put concealer around my nose, right where it meets, right around the bottom of my nose, because mine are always really red. You can see that just made it so much less red. And then my chin always has lots of lovely pimples on it. So I always just kind of, and I press my concealer in over to kind of blend it in without moving it off of my troubled spots. So just kind of press it on top of my pimples and kind of just keep pressing around, and that will blend it out without taking it off of what I need to cover. So I won't wipe it away. I'll just blend it in, everything around it. One's really, really red. For really red things, you might need more than one layer of concealer. Press it in. And move it around. Very nice. So now I'm like pretty all the same color, and I'm going to set my foundation with powder because, as mentioned previously, I'm an oily mess. This is MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in medium. Looks like this. I'm just going to swirl my brush in it. This is a Sephora powder brush. This is their old brush packaging. They've changed their brush packaging since I got this about a year ago. And I just kind of push it into my skin so that I don't move my concealer around. If I've placed concealer anywhere. If I don't have concealer there, you can like kind of swipe it around. But I like to stipple it on. Press it into my skin. And as you can see, it's taken down a lot of the shine that was on my face, because I'm a Shauna person. And the Skin Vintage Natural looks really natural. It looks like skin. It doesn't look, it's not like mattifying or anything. So my face, it brings more life to my face after the Matte Velvet Plus, which is very mattifying. Now I'm going to add a little bit of bronzer. I'm using the NARS Laguna bronzer. Just put a little bit on my brush, and I start at the back of my face and then kind of give myself a 3 shape. And I start back here to give myself a slight contour, and then I kind of go over the whole thing in a 3 to just give me like a bronzed look, especially now that it's quite warm out. You can kind of get away with doing more bronzing instead of just straight up contouring. So also you want to blend it, but putting it kind of on the tops of your cheekbones and up through your hairline will give you that like bronzed goddess look. And I brush some on my nose. I don't know, I just do. Whatever's left, I brush on my nose. For blush today, I'm going to be using Benefit's Dallas. It's like a natural plummy brownie tone. I really love it for summer because it does look like just a nice tan. And it has like some plummy reddy undertones. So it's still like a nice blush, but it's like a bronzed blush look. Just like that. And this is a Tarte blush brush, which I got with one of their holiday sets, came with blush brush. So now we're going to move on to eyes. I'm going to use the Urban Decay Primer Potion on my eyelids, and using like a little bit of it on your fingertip and dab it onto your eyes. And we're just going to blend it in. And I blend mine mostly on my lid and into my crease, but then I push it all the way up to my brow bone. Part of me being oily is that my lids are really oily, so my eyeshadow has a very strong tendency to crease throughout the day, so I always use a primer. And I kind of let that, there's hair in my face, kind of let that, oh wow, really? I kind of let that set and do my brows while I'm waiting. I'm using the Benefit Browzings, which is a little kit that comes with wax and a powder. So this one is in medium, and it comes with 2 little brushes as well, but it's just like a little wax and powder combo situation. So it comes with like a little angle brush, and this one I dip into the wax. And the way I do it is I just kind of brush it up in the front and then sweep it through my brows. And the wax will keep your brow in place all day. Won't keep them from like moving on you at all. Which is really helpful. But it's not as like crusty as brow wax. So now I take the other brush and the powder, and I use this through my brows as well. Mostly through like the ends. I'll brush through the front a little. And this just sets the wax and kind of softens your brows a little bit. And when I'm done, I always brush it through with a spoolie brush to soften and blend the whole thing together. Just like that. So by now, my eyeshadow base has set more. So I'm going to be using the Naked Palette by Urban Decay to do my eyes today. I'm just going to do a basic simple eye. I'm going to start with Sin, which is a pinky champagne color all over a brush. This brush is from Essence of Beauty, which you can get at CVS. and it's just an angle brush. We're just putting sand all over the lid. Like so. Next, take Naked on the flat of the brush. So like stamp the brush into Naked and tap off any excess. We're going to put this through the crease. And this is just going to help us blend out everything that we use later. We're going to be using a couple different colors through the crease. And this will just make it so much easier for them all to blend out. Naked is a couple shades darker than my skin tone. Soft Brown by MAC. Do the same thing. Any like shimmery pink shadow you have will also act like Sin does. Next we're going to take Buck on the same flat of the brush. We're going to stamp it in the outer corner of the eye. And just place the color at that angle. And then sweep it up and into the crease. So you're accentuating the outer V and the crease with Buck. And again, blending it out. These shape brushes are really great for placing color at an angle at the outside of your eye and blending as well. This one specifically because it's also kind of fluffy. You can get stiffer ones like this that are not as blendy, obviously. They're just replacing. So again, and since you've placed something at the outer corner, it's good to blend it into your eye so you don't get any harsh lines on your eyelids. So to deepen this look one last time, we're going to take Toasted, which is like a darker pink in the palette, again on the flat of this angled brush, and do the same thing we did with Buck. I'm just going to stamp it on the outer corner and brush it in to both the crease and over the lid a little bit. This one we're going to keep a lot lower than we did Buck or Naked, especially Naked. You're not blending it up as much into the crease, or far in to the crease. So that's just deepened up all of our, just defined our eyes a lot. So then I take a really big fluffy brush. This is a Kirkland brush, but any big fluffy brush will do. Kirkland is the Costco brand brushes. And they come out with a kit of brushes every like holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah season, Kwanzaa season. And I just use it over the end to brush and blend everything up and out as well as on the actual lid. So now you have like defined eyes, which is kind of what I like for every day. So now I'm going to do my under eye concealer. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles in Fair. And it's click top, click it up, and you dab it under your eyes. Just like this. It's the weekend. I don't really have crazy dark circles at the moment because I usually sleep in a lot on the weekends. You just kind of gently pat that. No, that doesn't look so gently, but just pat that in. That just really just brightens that area, and then if you had any fallout or anything, it'll help clean it, that whole situation up. So now I'm going to do my liquid liner. So I want to get a little closer. I'm using the Revlon Colorstay pen in Blackest Black. And these are just really nice for doing your liquid eyeliner. So I hold my lid closed, but you can do it with your lid open or however you want. And first I always like get it really close to the lash line. Kind of just like in the middle of your eye. And then I make my wing. I guess today I was in the mood for a thick line. Kind of always find out what mood you're in once you do your liquid liner. So these pens are really nice for doing liquid liner. Sorry, I like really can't talk when I'm doing my liquid liner. They're really nice because the shape is like really easy to like stamp it and drag it to create that look. You don't have to like work at making the shape correct. So I'm just getting them more even. And you can lie it flat on the top of your lashes to get it really close to the lash line. It just really helps you with all the steps that are involved with making a winged eyeliner look. And if it comes out bumpy or uneven or whatever, don't worry about it. A Q-tip fixes all things. Now I'm using some L'Oreal Power Volume Collagen Mascara in Blackest Black. This is a really clumpy mascara, so you do have to be a little careful with it. Unless you want the clumpy look, which is great. I just really want the volume that comes with it. So I lightly kind of like tap it on my lashes. If you wiggle it into the base of your lashes and pull it through, you'll just get a lot of clumps. Yes, I do that girl thing where I open my mouth when I'm putting on mascara. So, that's mascara on. And it's like kind of curly. Sometimes I curl my lashes, sometimes I don't. I didn't today. And then, so, ooh, I put highlighter on my face. Today I'm using NARS Albatross, and I'm using a fan brush from the same Kirkland collection. Albatross is like a shimmery golden color, and it looks pretty yellow in the pan. You want to take just a little bit and brush at the top of your cheekbones, and then underneath your brow bone to highlight. I really like using the same color on my cheek as I do through my brow bone, because I think it just is really nice. It really ties things together. Just like that. And then on my lips today, I'm going to be using the Clarins Instant Light Lip Perfector in number 5. It's just like a pretty pink color. And then you unclip your bangs. Pat them back. Makeup. And you're good to go to the grocery store. I hope you liked this tutorial, and I hope maybe you learned something, or maybe didn't learn something, but at least didn't mind watching it. So this is just how I get ready, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks!